Go butt naked in the ocean.
I mean, I'm not going to look cool either way, right? But it's all good, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to be walking out with, with a tiny penis perched atop a taut ball sack.
Welcome back to Show Me Yours podcast with Jackie and Jonny. I'm Jackie Agnew.
I'm Jonny DeVito.
And we have a very special episode for you today.
Do we ever?
It's our first podcast on the road, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. We were on the island at the beautiful East Sooke Treehouse that also happens to be co-owned by one of my lifelong best friends, Madison Grothen, who came onto the podcast.
What a lovely gal.
Yeah, she's all right. She's all right.
It was great.
I'm pretty fond of her.
Well, I mean, just what a weekend. I mean, for putting us up and kind of rolling out the red carpet. And then just, supplying nothing but good times. And
it was such a lovely weekend.
I'm a kind of a city slicker, Jackie. I like to kind of, stay within the confines of civilization. But when you get me around a campfire, drinking whiskey with men, you know what I mean? I was talking some shit.
Yes,
and,
you were.
Vacation Johnny is a different Johnny.
Yeah,
right?
It's very true.
And, we found Bigfoot. We ate cheeseburgers. We had a really good time.
We had a really great time. Yeah, we were out at their property there. We will provide a link in the description for the Treehouse Instagram and their Airbnb. If you are interested in staying there, they're booked pretty solid. Like you gotta book well in advance.
Yeah, absolutely. Get into it.
But it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spot. And yeah, they have such a nice property there, and they were lovely hosts, and we had such a nice weekend. Just
for anybody that's not familiar with the island, I'm not. Only my second time out there, and that particular, little slice of the earth is quite gorgeous. I think you should definitely go and check it out, even if you're not into all of that stuff.
Into
you can
the
still
wilderness.
just drink by a fire.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think anybody can get something.
Yeah. Well, they won't have the exclusive access that we did to the fire pit and
Probably
everything.
Not.
But
there's birds there, so beware.
Yeah, Jonny encountered some birds in the flesh within 5 minutes of us arriving there.
Found out ducks have teeth.
Yeah, little spiky little razors.
Not into that.
Little dinosaur feet.
Yeah. It just kind of cemented the fact that I think I'm just a girl and I'm like afraid of everything. Not a girl in a bad way, but you know what I mean? Like just a little sissy boy, I guess. You know.
Yeah.
But that's fine, right? You know, I
we
live
all
my
have
life.
our fears.
It's my cross to bear.
Yeah.
And, I'm gonna wage war against every bird.
Yeah.
Mark my words.
Yeah. And we just it was a fun weekend, just maxing and chillaxing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's always a little nerve-wracking when worlds collide, when you're like introducing people from like one part of your life to people from another part, but I think it went swimmingly.
Yeah, I didn't make a fool of myself, and not for lack of trying. So.
Yeah, like you said, we found Bigfoot.
Oh my
There's
goodness.
a big old driftwood Bigfoot.
Just an effigy to the gods.
Yeah, with
right?
little glowing eyes.
It's important, right? It's important that the Bigfoot of that area know that they're cared for, right? I mean, I would like to see statues like that erected. Probably
everywhere.
Like every 30 feet from one another. You know what I mean? Just so that.
Yeah, my one.
Maybe not to attract them, right? It's not like a scarecrow or a Bigfoot. I don't know. So, but it's just
a Bigfoot crow, a big
Something
crow,
like
a scarefoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Yeah.
I just think that it's important, and I like to see that the community out there is really,
embracing.
is really putting Bigfoot first. Right?
Yeah.
Which is important.
Yeah. Putting your best Bigfoot forward.
Absolutely.
Is that a phrase?
It is now.
Putting your best foot forward?
You heard it here first.
I think so. But and Ty. So the build. I don't even think we've talked about Ty at all in the episode, but
He's the guy that built the thing.
Yeah. The Ty, my Maddie's fiance, built this beautiful treehouse.
Incredibly talented fella.
Yeah, and he was telling us about some experiences with the super natch that he's had. So it was
some UFO sightings out there. That's very exciting.
Yeah, he gave you some cool trunks for the road.
Yeah, he did. He definitely hooked me up with some bacon and some shorts when I left there.
Yeah.
If that's not hospitality, I don't know what is.
Yeah, you had some bonding moments with him and
I really did.
Jed.
My Uncle Jed.
Yeah.
Shout out to Uncle Jed out there. I know he's watching.
Yeah. But and so we Maddie brought in By the Way by Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I think we did the album suitable justice. We talked about
Probably
it
better
and the
than
band.
We've done other ones, I think.
Yeah, got
absolutely.
into some fun stories. You'll see it. It's coming right at you. I won't give a whole summary of the episode.
Of the episode that they're about to watch.
Yeah,
I say that we just without further ado, we could get into that. Do the likes, do the subscribes, leave the comments, do all that good stuff.
Exactly. Subscribe to us on YouTube, please. Share with your friends. Share us in your stories on Instagram and your enemies. Yeah, just everywhere. Follow us. Yeah, follow us on Instagram. Like us on Facebook. Leave a comment. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. We'll leave Maddie's info. Maybe not, actually. Maybe just the treehouse. I don't know if Maddie wants a bunch of our viewers hitting her up.
It's for the business, not the person.
Yeah.
We're sweating back in the studio here.
Yeah. There's a hot light on us, so we can.
It's about 30 degrees in here. So.
Yeah. So we can wrap this up. Without further ado, here's Maddie and East Sooke.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a very special episode of Show Me Yours on vacation, on location, East Sooke, Vancouver Island, hunting for Bigfoot at the beautiful East Sooke Treehouse. We are here with one of the owners and operators of said treehouse, Madison Grothen. Thank you so much for having us.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, well, I mean, it's a little bit of give and take. I think you're putting up a lot more than we are right now. Having us here for the weekend. We're very appreciative. I understand that you two know each other?
Yeah, we're familiar.
Yeah. We've crossed paths once or twice.
Interesting. So give me a little backstory here.
Yeah, well, yes, this is a very special episode because me and Maddie have been best friends since we were 5. Ooh. So going on, 22 years strong.
What are you looking at me like that for? Like I'm encroaching? Am I coming in for a little bit of this? I'm sorry, I'm just having fun. She lives in the city, okay? She's got to have another friend.
But met in kindergarten and kind of bonded right away as kids and have been inseparable ever since, other than living quite far apart.
Yeah. But I mean, this is a slice of heaven right here that I've never seen. And we're sitting 2 feet away from an old growth was this a redwood?
This is
a cedar.
This is a Douglas fir.
A Douglas fir, Dougie firs over here,
Dougie
and
fir.
I've never seen something so gorgeous. So when you guys got the property, was it an idea that you were going to build one of the most beautiful tree houses in Western Canada?
No, it was a happy mistake. It was supposed to be a children's tree fort.
Really?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to post pictures of this children's tree fort.
Yeah, we'll take footage of the tree house and stick it in here so you can
coincidentally, it's no children allowed now. So.
Well, did a full 180 on that.
Good luck, kids. Get 18 and some money and call Airbnb.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we'll put a links in the description for anyone that wants to check out this place. You too could stay here and
Absolutely.
You could visit this historical site where we are recording the first podcast on the road.
It's true. You would be so lucky. I like this kind of Jackie and Johnny on location thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll install a plaque here.
Oh,
are you open to that?
Jackie has a plaque guy.
I do have a plaque guy.
Yeah. She made for my birthday. She gave me like an episode 1 plaque.
Oh,
It's pretty rad. Pretty rad. So Jackie's on plaques. Jack's on plaques. We call him.
I'm all over the plaque game.
Yes, that's really exciting. So obviously this thing you couldn't have decided to span from like 4 trees. Like was the initial idea just to kind of
have like one platform in the middle and a little place for your kid to run around?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was gonna be simple, a platform, you know. It was supposed to be, you know, the
Little
side
rope
like
swing
classic,
kinda
a little rickety kind of.
Yeah.
like what
you
you
know.
would think of when you think of a
Yeah,
treehouse.
exactly.
Yeah,
Totally.
Something a little rough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
rough and tumble. Yeah,
I
this
mean,
is a
full
tree
of
home.
bugs. That kind of, you know.
Me and my friends built a tree fort when I was a kid, and it as we grew older, it just became like a hideout for debauchery, and like
Yeah.
I don't even want to tell you some of the stories that happened in there.
I
That's,
kind of want to hear the stories.
I mean, at this point, it'd be kind of like I'd be talking about like child pornography and stuff like that. I mean, we were children having unprotected sex in a treehouse. It was bad, you know.
Oh yeah.
Actually, no, it was a great time. It was a great time to be alive.
Well,
You know,
yeah, of
shout
course,
out to
of course.
2002 and 3 and
Nice.
in Trail, BC, but we didn't have anything like this, and I think for good reason.
Yeah, no, I'm sure some debauchery goes down in this treehouse. Hopefully no kids involved.
No kids allowed.
No kids. Hey, there we go. Said that at the top.
Yeah.
No, well, we got into a little debauch. Well, not necessarily. I don't know. No, we just had a lovely night
Yeah,
around
no,
the
we
fire,
had a
having
nice
beers
night.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, no, you're off because I think so you have another little one on the way as well.
Yeah, I'm off the beers right now.
Yeah.
You're the first guest that we've ever had that.
that isn't drinking. With
Yes,
us.
that sounds
You
cool.
are in spirit. You're having some tonic water.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
Very
so
nice.
it was similar pseudo drink.
Hey, yeah, no, I mean, not like a pregnant woman with a tonic in her hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, right?
So
G&T's, like it's so if you could slip, never mind. No, no.
just some
Not
some
gonna give you
teas.
ideas like
that. Yeah.
So another reason that we're here. I mean, on Show Me Yours podcast, one of the things that we do kind of sort of do every once in a while is talk about tunes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the album that Maddie has brought for us today is By the Way by Red Hot Chili Peppers, which is also a very, very special album. This is a very special episode, folks.
Yeah, this is exciting.
But yeah, this is a band that Maddie and I both love very much, and I've been thinking about bringing this album in for a while. But
beat you to it.
Well, yeah, but it's funny because I kind of kept putting it off, and I was like, oh no, it just doesn't feel like the right time yet because I love this album a lot. And then when you said you wanted to do this album, it was kind of perfect.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
totally. Now the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I've heard of these people. Maybe one of the most iconic groups of I don't know. When they start in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, so like a 30-year career of just kind of generally being out there funking around.
Yeah.
But this one in particular has got like listening to it all the way through. This has I think other than like Californication, was one of the most ones I'm familiar with. I think.
By the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. So where's what's the backstory? Is this the top? Is this the favorite here, or just one that you guys kind of connected with on that level, or are we just sitting over here having a great time and just kind of discussing the Chili's all over?
Yeah, well, I'll let Maddie. You can say like what you could say this. Why
Why I was drawn to this one.
Yeah, why this album?
I don't know. I think it was just like a few particular songs. The Zephyr song and Dosed.
Yeah.
They're just songs that bring me back, kind of, remind me of, hanging out. And just probably it probably was like all my favorite songs, most favorite songs in one album. So,
Yeah.
it's good. It's feel good album.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it just gives me. I mean, like when we were listening to this album the other night, and then I sort of stopped and then switched. For anyone watching who wants to listen to this album, and who maybe isn't like super familiar with Red Hot Chili Peppers, or maybe like isn't into them, I would recommend actually watching the Live at Slane Castle concert.
Oh yeah.
The full one it's all on YouTube. And so that concert was the year after this album was released, and so it has a lot of these songs on it. But yeah, and so that gives you a really good idea, like a taste of sort of the vibe of this album. But you get to see them performing live, which like really is the draw for for the Chili Peppers. I think you got to see them. Once you see them perform live, you kind of get it a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you kind of listen to their music a little differently.
Yeah.
It's just better.
Yeah.
For me, like a peripheral, I'm just like aware of the band. You know what I mean? I think everybody has at one point or another, you know, had like almost like a Chili Peppers phase or something like that. I never watched any live performance, but I mean, obviously been iconic and on the radio for however. I mean, so many hits on this record. But watching that performance, I think really getting to see, like, Flea is the coolest performer on planet Earth to me. So you see him in like a full skeleton suit, just like doing the head shakes and really vibing with John Frusciante on the other side. And like when they kind of come together and groove as a band. And Anthony Kiedis, like there's no Axl Rose and Anthony Kiedis. He just fucks off and let them do their thing. Like that's a pretty cool. I don't know why I would assume anything different, or maybe that there would be like some kind of big rock star energy or not really giving a shit, but you actually get this like idea that these guys are actually friends up there.
Yeah, totally. And I think that for us, and I feel we're sitting here talking about the Chili Peppers. We gotta mention our other best friend Shelby, who also loves the Chili Peppers. But that is, I think, what really draws me to the band and why it's so special. They're so special to me is because like you and me and Shelby all love this band, and that they all love each other so much,
right?
So
it's just
and so it's just like watching it, and you're just like, oh, they're all like best friends, and they just like get it. And it's sort of like what we were talking about with Sean on his episode,
last week's episode.
Where like there are some bands where they like the band members hate each other, you know, like Rolling Stones, and like and for some reason there's this like idea that if like the band members hate each other, that like energy, you know, produces like this great music, and like which is like sure true in some cases, but for me it's just like so special to see a band full of people that truly like love each other, and it just makes the music so much more special.
Have you ever been at a show where bands just have like a little hissy fit with each other and they start like talking shit? I saw the Riverboat Gamblers, not like a band that really can afford to lose fans in a small market for being shitty to each other on stage, and they're a fine band. I've seen them on a better day. You know what I mean? It was actually a lot of fun. But I saw them in Kelowna one time, and I mean, you can just see maybe like a long travel day and some sound issues, and then the crowd gets shitty or whatever, right? But like you're just watching this whole thing fall apart from the tip, and like I don't think you get that. I think you'd have so whether that's the theory that maybe that chaos like brings something into it. I don't know if I dig that. I think that like if you grow to hate the members in your band, but then you realize that your band has become something bigger than like the 4 people that are in it, you just kind of bite the bullet and probably go perform or whatever. But there's got to be, I don't know, like the love is gone at that point, right?
Yeah.
And I think that the music would probably suffer after that, because Metallica hasn't made a good fucking record since, you know.
Exactly. I do think the music suffers when there's, you know, sort of tension within the band. And like the Chili Peppers have gone through hard times too, you know, and they've like, you know, gone on hiatus for periods of time because their like personal relationships with each other have like fallen apart at different times. You know, they've gone through a lot of shit together.
Totally.
But you can just feel all that. You can feel like all of the history, especially like again watching like that concert. You can see it when they're like all like just grooving together. You know that like they know each other so well, and there's like a history there, and that they just love each other.
It becomes a different thing. Like for me, I mean, when like honestly, like a lot of like anything like Californication, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, and some of the stuff on this thing, I would probably consider as overplayed. Like I don't need to hear it. If I was on the radio, if I'm listening to the radio in a car and this came on, like I might cruise some stations to maybe find something new or whatever, right? Like you've heard so much of it, but watching that performance, I would much rather put on like I'd watch any live show of theirs, right? I'd like to see a smaller one, you know what I mean? It's pretty impressive to watch them crush like 100,000 person venue or whatever, but it'd be really cool to see them in a smaller setting too, right? I'm sure that stuff exists.
Right, that energy and that is so great.
Yeah, it's just something about live music. Maddie and I saw Tom Petty together just like a couple months before he died, and that like being there was like so special, and just something about, you know, just seeing you're a band that you love perform and like seeing the love they have for each other, and
and then contributing to his death, as you guys so famously did, right?
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Wild.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, like, I prefer not to talk about that publicly. I'm still kind of dealing with the aftermath of that.
Yeah,
but
got a little messy, guys.
It did. We were a little bit sloppy with it.
Well, I mean, you didn't have that problem with Bertie back, and the world will hate you for it.
Yeah. But what can you do?
I mean, I don't know. You could just like stay on the path of artist assassination.
Right.
Which like have you guys like? What did you guys? So you started with Prince. Was that?
No, it was. I think actually, David Bowie. We had a hand in.
Oh.
I wouldn't actually take credit for it, but yes,
but you got the taste, and then the domino fell.
Exactly, but Prince was the first confirmed kill.
Confirmed kill, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So if you can't have them, no one will. Is that kind of the philosophy behind?
That's exactly. Yeah.
Wow, that's fascinating.
That's we got that tattooed.
Well,
right on the lower back.
Oh, cool. Tramp stamps need to come back, right? Like we talked about whale tails last week.
We're bringing it back, I think.
Yeah.
We're on it.
A friend of mine, Bobby Elston, friend of the show, he lost a bet and got a tramp stamp as a man, and it's a pink bubble letters that say juicy.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
Best tattoo ever.
Yeah.
I think I got a lot of silly ones, but that is by far the silliest.
Yeah, I do like the idea of a whale tail tramp stamp, as we were talking about.
But it would go with your theme.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah, exactly. It'd stick with
like
the ocean
diving below.
Yeah.
But then you'd have to commit to that particular style, right? I mean, if you're, once you find something, like for me, I've been wearing the same clothes since I've been like 12 years old, right? So like, I think I could commit to that.
Right.
Like if I got Converse and Dickie shorts tattooed on me or something, I'm like, okay, I can rock with that. But like, would you go with like a G-string or something like a little bit more of a wider berth?
A wider, yes, exactly.
Wider
berth.
Fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, sorry, back to live performance in the Chili Peppers. From humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Is there have you tracked down any of this footage? Do you know of anything that's I'm sorry, I'm just going off on this live thing. I just want to go back and see it. Or direct anybody's attention to something a little bit older.
Yeah. Older concert footage?
I think so, or anything like that, right? Because a band that's that funky, like the older records, I think that now being so familiar with the band, like we listened to like a whole bunch, you kind of played me the hits, and the progression here is like pretty wild to see. And like, I guess you're saying like Anthony Kiedis just learning how to sing.
Yeah. Well, it started with him basically like they had his friends had a band. And like he really he wanted to be a part of it, but like he didn't play an instrument or anything. So at first he was kind of just like bopping around like on stage,
dancing and emceeing. And
yeah, exactly. And then it evolved. And then it evolved into more of like a rapping style almost in like the earlier days. And basically just like talking, like just speaking like his like poetry that he wrote, and now like he has one of the most melodic voices that's like extremely pleasing to the ear.
You could probably say iconic or something like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny, like seeing everybody else in that band and kind of thinking like I better fucking like get good.
Right.
Or
yeah.
You know what I mean? There's probably
often, right? Like he didn't really have a place except for his like energy and weirdness, and he kind of had to be there. But
he kind of just like had to learn, like had to find his place, I guess. But like at the same time, like it wouldn't be like you can't have the Chili Peppers without Anthony Kiedis.
No.
Yeah.
He's been there like
throughout. The whole time. Him and Flea have always been in the band. If either of them ever left, that's the end of the band.
Like that's the love there.
Yeah. And like I get it just like gives me warm fuzzies.
Right?
Yeah.
I can't not. It gives you faith in
friendship.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm totally into it. No, guys, fucking right. But like the cornerstones of the band too. I think like you can change. Like they did change some guitar players and stuff like that, much to Jackie's dismay. But I think that with Flea and Anthony, that's not the band anymore, right? Like you would have to call it like the green, sometimes spicy serrano peppers.
Yeah, the ice cold jalapenos.
That's not a bad band name actually, but I mean, if you were gonna be the shittiest Red Hot Chili Pepper cover band, I think the whole idea, the shitty Beatles from Wayne's World. You never got to see them perform, but you can only assume that they suck. Well, you were told that. Yeah. Right? So it's not just a clever name.
Yeah.
So, Maddie, when living the island life out here, this is like now that I'm here and I'm seeing signs of things that I'm fascinated by, and there's a 20-foot Bigfoot statue just down the road from here. Do you have any insight into the whereabouts of the noble Bigfoot?
No. I mean, he's somewhere in East Sooke Park, I presume.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Yeah, certainly.
So, like, island Bigfoot, do you think that in the Pacific Northwest people have been kind of looking in the wrong place? Because, I think the island Bigfoot are, like, notoriously strong swimmers.
I was going to say, it's a separate tribe. They had to swim over here, and now they've sort of been developing
island
their own
hoppers, kind of.
Island hoppers. Yeah. They get around.
Like a hippie Bigfoot with like a bag of weed and like like an acoustic
Dreadlocks.
Guitar, like kind of slumped over the back.
Yeah. Hacky
He's
sack.
been hitchhiking up the road for 20 years, and nobody's been like, that's just Harry Bill.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we know him.
I'm fascinated.
He lives among us now, so.
Oh, for sure. Well, I think that's kind of the vibe of this place too. Is it kind of like a little bit more laid back and chill? Well, on this side of the road, I guess multimillionaires on closer to the waterfront.
Yeah, right. It's either us in the shanty town or down below with the mansions, $1 million oceanfront, private beaches.
It's an interesting divide.
Yeah,
I feel like that's kind of the vibe, like everywhere on the island. It's such like a weird split between people who like have the money to have like multi-million-dollar mansions versus people that just like dig nature.
It was making it more expensive for somebody that digs nature to have to be up here, like you can't really afford it. I mean, I'm a plumber in Vancouver, and I can't afford the condos that I build. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So like, but when you come out here, you'd think you'd get a little slice of life for a little bit cheaper, but is that just not the case?
It's not really. I think it's like pretty comparable to Vancouver here now.
That is wild.
Yeah. I think.
It's not. It's definitely not affordable anymore. It used to be that. That was the case, but no, it's really hard to get a place out here.
Really, even for like young people renting, because I mean, like this is like you have a chunk of land here and some property and whatnot.
Yeah, I'd say renting's worse right now almost. Like, I don't know, being a homeowner, you have like obviously more shit to pay and stuff, but like. Yeah, renting is it's hard. It's trying to find pet friendly or anything.
That's exactly the same as Vancouver then. That's
it's kind of just a joke.
Think there'd be a little bit more freedom out here.
Yeah, not really.
Interesting.
No.
Well, that's a message to all you young people thinking about coming to the island. Fucking bring cash.
Don't come.
Yeah.
Don't
come. Stay the fuck away.
Yeah, stay away.
Go on Airbnb, come here for one weekend, and then promptly fuck off. Nice,
Some little touch up there.
Well, I mean, we're in nature, right? Like you're gonna get,
exactly.
we're
being
tsunamis.
Sapped on
Yeah, we might have.
As we speak.
It's raining.
It's raining sap.
Hallelujah. These trees are dripping tips here, and I mean, no one's gonna shame them for it.
No.
Yeah, we're being dripped on.
Well, and what a more beautiful location. I think if you're gonna have just like a sappy golden shower, then this would be the place to get it,
right?
Well, it wasn't sexual before. Now it's
no.
I guess there's nothing sexual getting peed on.
I'm reacting to the image of a sappy golden shower.
Yeah, it's sticky.
It's sticky. Yeah.
I don't even know if you could shower that off. I don't even know if you'd want to.
No, I think you just live with it at that point.
I think so. Yeah, then you go like roll around in the dirt, and then that would be cool.
Yeah,
like it'd be like a protective layer.
Then you become like the sap monster. Then you're Bigfoot.
Yeah, essentially.
No, you're Bigfoot's like cousin or something. Like you'd be like Swamp Thing or something like that. Like you can't just roll around in sap and
sap hand.
Yeah, I'm much easier to find.
Sap dick.
Well, I don't know if I would want a sappy shaft because, like, at the end of the day, that's like you got to keep the bits and pieces kind of together, right? I think you want to keep the sap away from like dick balls and butthole. Yeah. But I'm like sappy nips.
Sappy nips.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then you'd be so much easier to find, right? Like, how could you remain elusive?
If you're sticking to everything.
You couldn't.
No,
right?
you couldn't. People would be alarmed.
Yeah, like you'd be trying to sneak around and you're just like clopping on the ground, like you every step it makes that that kind of sound, and that's not the kind of like that's not how Richard Ramirez got success.
That's true.
Right? You got to be stalking with a softer souled insole and stuff like that. You can't be dealing with squeaks and
Richard
cricks and
Ramirez.
cracks.
Oh my.
Have you
friend
guys,
of the show?
Yeah. Because this, obviously the treehouse is relatively new, but you still have had like a lot of guests already. Have you had any like weird, strange visitors, or has it all been like smooth sailing?
They've all been pretty good.
Yeah.
As we, keep it. We screen our guests pretty.
We're pro discrimination when it comes to deciding who's going to stay on your property.
Absolutely.
That's freedom right there.
Yeah.
Totally.
So like, do you kind of discriminate by class, race, gender, sexual orientation, or is it just like money talks? Or do you like go to the Instagram and if it looks like they party way too hard, you just don't get back to them?
I think it's just money talks.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
If you can afford to fix it, come fuck it up.
Yeah, pretty much.
But even still, like you have it pretty kind of like well placed. So even if like you did have like a rowdy bunch, do you think like it would even be an issue? Like, I mean,
No, I mean we got the soundproof insulation. It's just
you come make noise.
It's not come make noise. Come play the music. Like we've kind of had like a lot of very respectful guests. We appreciate that.
Absolutely.
No one's really rocked out too hard in there yet. Kind of
just wait for tonight.
Yeah. We got one more night.
Highly encouraged. Really. Yeah. We want to test out the insulation. Test it out.
There
see
you
what
go.
this baby can handle.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Let's see what it can hold.
Turn this motherfucker out tonight.
Yeah.
So how long, from like start to finish, how long did it take you and Ty to get this thing rolling?
It was about a year and a half until we were taking bookings.
Right.
So I don't know. It would have been a lot faster had COVID not come in.
Right.
So that was made everything a lot more expensive But it seemed to go by very slowly.
Yeah, well, I remember when you told me that you were going to build a tree house, and this is not what I was imagining. And I didn't, like, my image of it was like a typical tree house until you showed me that, like, the first picture when you kind of had, like, the platform set up and, like, sort of had, like, you could start to see the shape of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, holy shit, this is like this is a whole structure.
Yeah, it was an undertaking, and it just got like progressively nicer too.
Mm-hmm.
Is like we had these like cheap doors and things, and then it's just once you go nice with one part, you can't just like put shitty doors on it and you don't want to cut corners.
No, absolutely. And then like you get to like there's tile work in here and like beautiful live wood edges and shit and you crushed it.
Yeah,
it's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
And something just to kind of have in your backyard, and like the idea that you guys just don't come down here and turn it out every once in a while is even crazier to me.
No, we've not stayed in it yet.
That's
really
crazy. Reserve a weekend for you guys to have a getaway here.
Maybe one day we'll see. I was like, it's just not on our radar.
Well, is the novelty kind of gone away? Like, I'd like the idea of like a ride-on lawnmower until I had to like mow my lawn every week. Like that wouldn't be very cool.
Yeah, we've spent a lot of time in there. We just haven't slept in. We showered in there.
Hey, there you
that
go.
was nice.
Yeah,
I showered in there this morning. It was delightful.
Nice. Yeah. Spa-like, I've heard.
Yeah, very spa-like. Yeah, great water pressure. It's a great experience.
Yeah, for anybody interested in the plumbing, they actually have a fantastic instant water heating unit. I mean, I'm not going to get into the minutia here, but it's what you want, ladies and gentlemen. It's what you want.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful spot. We also, there's some birds around here.
Why do you want to expose me? Jackie, why do you want to expose my fears?
Has this not been exposed on the show yet?
Last week we discussed my fear of birds, and it's never something I wanted.
Yeah.
It's never even something that I knew that I was afraid of. Right? Every time I'm around a bird, it's a negative experience. So we pull into this, lovely property. We get up there, this is the first time that we've met. I met your lovely husband and the kid, and everything is cool. And then all of a sudden he's going to give us a tour, and he's like, "Do you want to see the birds?"
You're like, "Fuck no."
I thought he was fucking with me. I honestly, because you guys don't know me, right? So but I thought anybody that does know me is just like, "Hey, want to go see the birds?" So I did think that this was a ruse,
like a setup.
Yeah, something that was going to take me down. And then we get back in there.
This is what we're gonna do when they get here. We're gonna say, "Do you want to see the birds?"
Yeah.
And we're just gonna see how he reacts.
And I feel like I reacted pretty well.
Yeah, you did.
I kept my distance and I just didn't say a whole lot. But when
avoided eye contact. With
birds. I did. If you noticed that,
birds directly in the eye.
Because they're little beady eyes, man. You don't know what they're thinking in there. But you just walk up to it. Well, you kind of waddled up to it. I don't know if that's your bird wrangling technique, but you kind of
it's a technique.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you pick that up? Yeah, it was fascinating to watch. But then you just you held the duck, and it's leaning its head into the pets, and it's just staring at me the whole time, wondering why I'm too cool for school.
Why are you getting in on this?
Yeah, he's like, "Come on, look at me."
I like ducks and like Daffy, obviously Scrooge McDuck, Huey, Dewey, and
cartoon
Louie.
ducks are.
Okay, so I'm a fan of the idea of ducks.
Yes.
Dark winged duck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? All of those I'm very fond of. But when you just get one duck à l'orange. You know what I mean? I fuck with ducks in some senses, but
sure.
No.
Usually not when you have to encounter a live one face to
Yeah, and you've got
face.
this big punk rock rooster back there too.
Yeah, he was just standing there the whole time.
Fucking charcoal black with a red mohawk, and he's just standing tough and
Yeah.
stuff. I'm not that's not something that I need to go near ever. You know what I mean? Unless it's on a plate. I don't understand the appeal. And then but then we go into the smaller shed where you have the the little chickadees, little chicklings. What do you call them?
Chickies.
Little chickies.
Yeah.
The bird tour never ended.
Yeah.
They were
a lot
cute.
Of birds.
I will give you that. But yes, but when Jackie's like holding one in her hand and Ty looks at me almost with that thing, like, you want to, and I'm like, no. What the fuck?
This is good.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I'm not an outdoorsman. I've been here for 5 fucking minutes. You're lucky I'm even here right now. You're not lucky. I'm lucky that I'm here right now.
Presented me with multiple birds.
Multiple reasons
to
run. Yeah, that was not something that I was expecting. And you got a lovely dog and it's some cool property, fire pit. You know what I mean? Case of beer. That's my kind of hang. But just even knowing that
the birds are present.
They're up there.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And I assume that they're smarter than I give them credit for. You know what I mean? They've lasted for this long.
Oh yeah.
They decided to evolve from a velociraptor into a tiny little chicken to survive, and
That's
I respect
terrifying.
that hustle.
They do the ducks, their feet. They do look
The
like
feet,
little
the teeth,
dinosaurs.
the rows of tiny pointy teeth.
Yeah, give me another reason to say no to this thing. There's no reason why I should ever be around one. I understand that so I'm a meat eater, so I've been kind of thinking over the past few years if I am going to continue to consume this stuff, I should know what goes behind every time I'm eating.
Right?
Yes, every time I'm eating something, there is a death involved, right? So I just maybe need to go to a farm, pirate style, knife in my teeth, creep through the grass, you know what I mean, and really sneak up behind just my favorite ones, right?
Right.
Pigs and ducks and chickens and cows, and maybe a couple fish, I guess, too.
You could
Octopus.
slaughter a cow?
Fuck yeah, Jackie! I could choke one out with my bare hands. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Probably not. I don't know how big's a cow.
I'm
not really an outdoorsman, so I understand.
How big's a cow?
I think they're notoriously big.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what they're known for.
They're one of the larger mammals.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I could.
We
fuck
know a
one
lot
up.
about cows.
Yeah. We know.
Oh yeah, you guys are the cow enthusiasts. That's right.
Yeah. It was an obsession.
This kind of is though. Remember the cow house of course, that we would always draw
on the
and dream
playground.
about.
Oh, the cow house.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yep. I
Was this just like, so this wasn't an actual residence? This was just
No,
a plan that you
no.
had?
some
this was
foggy
a
memories
dream.
here.
We would
Okay.
always like draw the cow house with all these different floors. It had like 7 floors. Yeah.
Seven's lucky.
It was
so
always
7 floors.
yeah.
Was there an elevator involved? Just a
Cow
7-story
elevator,
walk up?
yeah.
Yeah,
no,
there's a
there's
cow
an
because the
elevator.
cows. The idea was that the cows would live in the house with us.
You girls are fucking nasty, man. Like that's crazy. Like on hay and shit, or would they have their own beds?
We I think we were picturing it like as if they could just be dogs.
Like they were dogs.
yeah,
Like more domesticated than domesticated cows.
Yeah.
Could you imagine in a home with like an 8-foot ceiling and you have a fucking cow in there that takes up half the room and you're just like, sit?
It'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that
ideal.
leads to, like, okay. So now just cows though, so like no bulls, like because that's the thing. Like I like the idea of a bull. Like there's something like there's
Right.
something masculine about it. Like you know, like it's just
Yeah.
a bull, but it's a bull in a china shop kind of situation. Do you not
Yeah.
think that a cow would just like buck and kick your? You girls are 104 pounds combined. Do you think that a fucking cow wouldn't just like flop on you and crush the shit out of you?
I don't think that
Not
we were.
much thought went into
Yeah,
that.
I don't know if we were thinking about the particulars. This was
This is
just
just all
like
for the love. See, I'm
this is
negative.
a fantasy.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think I'm just afraid of everything. I think that's what it's coming down to.
Yeah.
It's like I'm always thinking of worst case scenarios.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. The cows would be our friends in this
Okay.
In this situation.
Okay.
Yeah, you start with the cows, and it'll just like you see what goes wrong.
Yeah.
You work through it. You know.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
Obviously, it's not going to be perfect overnight.
Yeah, right,
right?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a
okay.
process,
You live,
but
you
it's
learn
worth it. Yeah.
with the cows.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever thought of maybe like a gerbil or a ferret or something like a little bit more
Not at all.
manageable? No, because I think they're all fucking disgusting. It's cats and dogs. That's the only thing that's allowed inside, right? Other than like, you know, maybe like your friend's kid once in a while, right? But
Yeah.
not for too long though, you know what I
No.
mean? Right?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Fucking
Other
up the
people's
furniture.
kids.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Right? Actually, you got a lovely little kid. You actually share the same birthday as your son, which is very
yeah.
cool.
Oh,
My
yeah.
little
Oh,
Maddie's son, my little godson, shares a birthday with Johnny, which is pretty
Yes.
cool.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
I mean
it
that's
is
not
cool.
bad. He's gonna like right now he has a lot more opportunity I think to advance and have other cool things happen. But it's a sweet like starting off point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
right? Like now he's Johnny adjacent, and I think he's gonna conquer the world after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a Gerber baby looking kid too. Like, have you gotten him
He's so
into?
cute.
Have you like? Are you gonna put that kid up on Front Street like Macaulay Culkin or something like that?
Yeah, we're working on it. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
you
got an
got it.
agent, you know, all the things.
And
You
not
got
the
it.
world right
Yeah.
now. There's a kid. How old is this kid? He's got a fucking agent.
He's 2.
He's 2 years old, ladies and gentlemen. What have you done with your fucking life? Okay, there's a
Yeah.
2-year-old over here
He's
with an
worked
agent.
He's worked a few days, you know.
Hey, there you go.
I mean, you
Done
gotta,
some
yeah.
modeling for BC Transit. Some things, you know.
His little face is just gonna be plastered across buses.
Hell
Yeah. Yeah, gotta get him out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, get him paying for his college and
yeah.
So I'm not-
Gotta
I'm not
start 'em
paying
while
for
they're
that,
young.
so-
Oh, fuck that.
No.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah.
I think it's a scam.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, indeed.
Well, I mean, I don't know unless you want to be like a doctor or something. You're probably gonna have to learn some stuff. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
like,
you probably-
doctors are probably one
Probably
exception.
an exception.
Yeah, right. But you want to do
yeah.
like gender studies? Just go to like YouTube, Pornhub, or something like that. I feel like you could figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
yeah, totally.
Have a
Mhm.
PhD.
Have you ever, because we're sort of like in the middle, not in the middle of nowhere, but we're like out in the boonies right now.
As far as I'm concerned, Jackie, that we
Mhm.
are in the fucking middle. I could not point to where my
Yeah.
location on a map right now if I had to be
Mhm.
rescued for any reason.
yeah.
I do not have any fucking idea.
Yeah.
It's funny, like the disconnect between city folk and this
I
is
know
like
it's
not the boonies to me. There's.
I mean,
this
like it kind of is.
is it, yeah, I guess.
I'm sitting next
I
to
mean,
a tree with a stump that's
you're
5 feet
I'm
across.
sitting next to a tree. There's a
I mean, even the fact that I'm sitting next to a tree is.
raining sap on us.
Yeah, maybe this is the boonies.
I mean, it kind of is. But and like we were saying, Bigfoot, big feet do roam these parts. And I'm
far as
wondering
I'm
if you've
concerned, they
ever
do.
like had like a weird encounter like in the forest or anything like that. I know Ty was telling us last night about his supernatural experience.
Oh, he saw a UFO.
Yeah.
That's cool as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Have you
jealous.
ever had any any experience with the supernatch?
No, we saw a bear.
Okay, that
Big bear ran through here the other day. That was
Really?
pretty cool. Yeah,
what kind of bear? Black bear?
black bear. I think there's
Nice.
only black bears around here.
I heard they're good eating.
Excuse me? Really?
Yeah, I've actually heard that. Yeah, black bear apparently is delicious.
We have a family friend, who hunts bears and eats them.
You do
Like, okay,
eat
so if I couldn't
bears,
fuck
eh?
up a cow on demand, I could easily choke out a black bear, though, right?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like you guys aren't giving me the credit that I deserve, right? With my sordid martial arts
With your bare
past,
hands.
right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the
With
history.
your
that-
bare hands.
Nice. Absolutely. I don't know. I feel like if you're going to wrestle any animal right now, like, which one are you going? You got to do bear, right?
I mean, yeah. Probably, yeah, bear. I mean, like, if I got to take on, if you're going to wrestle something, you got to wrestle a bear.
I
Well,
mean,
if
I
it's
guess
any
go
animal,
big
I
or
might
go
change my
home.
thing right now. I'd probably do
Yeah.
house cat.
I was gonna say if
Mm.
this is like a life or death
Like
situation,
a bunny,
I would-
maybe?
Yeah, I would choose something a little more manageable.
Yeah.
But like for the entertainment of it all, if we're talking like a what's his name? Who was it? Logan Paul and who?
Oh,
you
it's
just
Floyd
fight?
Mayweather,
Yeah,
Friday
if we're
Night Sissy
talking like
Fights,
a
yeah.
big a big show,
Mhm,
then
mhm.
obviously you're gonna go bear.
You got to go bear, but even if you're
Yeah.
going to puss out and go like rabbit, like it's got to be like you have to like up the handicap that a little bit, right? You either have to tie one of your heads behind the back and make him like possessed by the devil,
yeah.
right? Or something to like to make it at least a little bit fair.
Yeah.
I think, right?
For entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to see just someone, like, jump on a rabbit.
Yeah, exactly.
Stomp
You
a
got there's
rabbit.
got to be some give and take there.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cow, perhaps. I don't know how that would go. I feel like I don't know. I
Jackie,
feel
I'll tell
like
you exactly how it would go. I walk into the fucking ring, okay? Cow's all like, he's getting tough, he's bouncing around, he's trying to intimidate me, right? But I've been through this a million fucking times. I'm a gladiator, okay? I'm an experienced veteran. Okay, I've been in this situation time and time again, right? If I had a stake for every cow I'd fucked up, right, I'd put a whole cow back together.
Okay.
Easily,
I'm
right?
following.
that's-
Okay,
I
okay.
think. I don't know, yeah, right?
I just imagined like a cow coming together
Yeah.
through stakes.
Sure.
Like I was trying to put that together in my head.
Yeah, bone in, ribeyes
building
and stuff
building
like that.
a cow
I'd
out
build
of
a whole
stakes.
cow out of,
Yeah.
I think, right? Like, I mean, if anybody could do it, it's obviously going to be me,
Yeah.
Of course.
right?
Definitely.
But what about the history of this place, right? Like, is there that's something that like I'm kind of fascinated by because mainland, North America, it's the great expansion moving out west and all of that shit, right? Like, who had the idea to get to the coast, beautiful British Columbia coast and look out and be like, fuck this. I bet there's something over there. Do you know what I mean? Like, is there any?
Can you see it? Can't you see it?
Well, I see why once you get here, but like, wouldn't they want to go to Japan or something like that? Like, I mean, it's the human spirit of the pioneer.
Well, I don't think it was like an intentional. I think this is something that's. I feel like I should know the.
I feel
the
like they're
history.
You
always
guys are from the
looking-
island. I thought I was going to learn something.
They're always looking for something else.
Exactly. Yeah,
And
they
then
kind of just
stumble upon these things.
Yeah,
and then just
maybe they thought it was
claim it.
Japan when they landed. They're like, "Holy shit, we're closer to Japan than we thought."
Yeah. Right? We found the shortcut to
Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah, we found a pretty
This is
cool
excellent.
shortcut.
That is
That's why
awesome.
the island's called New Japan.
Oh, fair enough,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
and
yeah,
the and that's the
Only among locals.
samurai
though.
sword
Yeah.
fighting is happening everywhere, right? Like the ninja clans, right? The samurais. They have such a deep, rich history here of martial arts and assassination.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially assassination.
Well, it's my favorite kind of killing. You know what I mean? Because it's for hire, right? It's no harm, no foul, right? That person obviously fucked up, right? Richard Kuklinski. Did you ever see the Iceman documentary?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Absolutely fascinating. So, for those that don't know, Maddie, Richard Kuklinski was a mafia hitman. Some people say that he might have embellished a few things or whatever, but confessed to the killings of over like 130 people. It has a chilling documentary where he
I need to see this.
talks about it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
wild.
God.
Yeah, Ray Liotta is in a shitty movie about it actually too, with the guy. It's actually pretty good. I don't know. At the very end, there's a scene that is fantastic. But I think it's called like the Iceman or something.
Yeah.
We'll get back into it. But do you guys have a favorite assassin?
Ooh.
Favorite assassin.
Favorite assassin.
I don't know. I don't know if I know. Well, other than obviously.
I was going to say, I set you guys up for that.
Yeah.
I'm lobbing you one.
Yeah. You're so oblivious.
You're not yes ending right now.
Yeah, I think we are each other's favorite assassins.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that thus comes to my question is, how are you going to take on all 4 of the Red Hot Chili Peppers? Because, I mean, if you've already murdered your favorite artists, right? This is what I've been building to this whole time.
Right,
fascinated
okay, I
by
see.
this, right?
We're reaching a crescendo.
I think we're crescending, Jax. Love a crescendo.
I love a good crescendo.
It's been crescending. So I think like the easiest way to obviously do it would be to kind of like fake a relapse or something like that, stage a death, right? But I mean, you guys are more talented than that, right? Well, what's the plan?
True. Well, there's always the classic, get them all together at once, like while they're performing or something like that.
Yeah, like Leonard Skinner, right? Like you sell the Aerosmith plane.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We had to wait for the band to come back together once more.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, now that John Frusciante is back, like you're not going to go kill the lesser, or the other guitar player, I should say, the
Josh.
lesser.
Yeah.
Josh.
No, he's not lesser. He's just different.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the single that you played me the other day, where it was kind of just like a chill song, fun video, right, with everybody in it, but you could definitely tell that the funk
Dark Necessities.
was not necessarily there.
No.
Well, I mean, that's the other really exciting thing is that John is back in the band, and that's, another reason why like this album is so special is because like John, it's because of John, like his vocals are incredible. Like no one can fucking harmonize like he does. Like he just knows what sounds good. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
The sounds that he makes.
Yeah, sorry, Can't Stop is on this album. Like Can't Stop is like one of those like you don't have to be a fan of rock and roll or anything, but that like that guitar riff is I mean is goddamn next level.
Yeah. And like he's just so incredibly talented, and like and you see it in that when you see that these 4 members perform together, that's the band. And when John left, it didn't seem like he was ever going to come back. Like no one ever thought that he would. And Josh is a great guitar player, and he was actually a student and a friend of John's, and so like he still meshed with the band. They were all friends and stuff, but it's not John.
What a lucky break.
Yeah.
I mean for that guy.
Yeah.
Was he much younger than the rest of them too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And but then last year, I guess it would have been over probably like 2 years ago. It's so weird with COVID. I feel like I always think like that year I forget to account for the last year because nothing's happened.
Yeah,
but
2020 is
it's a write-off.
Yeah.
But a couple years ago they announced that John is back in the band, and it was just like this like Instagram post or whatever.
Has it already been a couple years since that happened?
I think so, maybe a year and a half.
I remember texting you when I saw that.
Yeah, I remember like you, me, and Shelby were like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
It was just like an Instagram post, and it was like, we have an announcement, like John Frusciante is back in the band or something like that. They didn't even say like Josh is leaving or something. I kind of thought that maybe that Josh was staying on and they were going to have 2 guitarists, because when they toured Stadium Arcadium, the guitars on that album are so complex. They had Josh as a second guitarist for the tour, because that was before John left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
That makes sense, yeah.
So I thought maybe they were just going to be a 5-piece.
Yeah.
But no, they
said thanks for keeping my chair warm, kid.
Yeah, kind of kicked Josh out for John to come back, and but yeah, and
that's band life.
Yeah, that's band life,
Totally.
And I think he gets it. Like I've listened to a couple interviews that he did like after that, and like obviously he's like bummed because they were like recording music and stuff, and he's like, that stuff is just gone now, like that's not going to come out.
Yeah.
But like obviously I get it, like it's John. Like if John says he wants to come back in the band, they're going to be like, fuck yeah, because no one ever thought that was going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but
I mean, not even for like the fans reaction. I think like if the friendship goes that deep or whatever, it's
yeah, all
back
the
with
shit
arms wide open, I think.
Yeah, that's totally it.
Yeah. And like Flea and John just put out like an instrumental track like last week or something.
Oh,
and
really?
it's very like old school Chili Peppers, like funky, like bass, like
you
sort
got
of
a big old
sound.
speaker in the house. We're gonna listen to that after we record.
Yeah,
for sure.
it's pretty cool. And so I'm so excited for whenever their next album comes out. I presume they've probably been like recording.
Yeah.
Throughout
Is it just
COVID
guitar
and
track
stuff.
with Flea and John, or is there drums as well?
I don't think there's drums in it.
Oh,
They have
cool.
like a choir that kind of do like some vocals. Yeah, we'll listen to it. It's cool. It's old school sound.
Nice.
It sounds like their first three records before John came on, which is crazy. But I'm just so interested and excited to see like what their sound is going to be like, and like for them to like go on tour, to have the opportunity to see them with John. Like it's just it's just one of those things that you never expect to happen.
Like
when
the
your
universe
favorite
is right
band-
again, kind
yeah,
of thing.
like your favorite band kind of like breaks up, and you're like, well, that's it forever, and it was for years, and now they're like.
It
back
sends
together.
a fucking shockwave through like the fans, right? You can really feel like the rumble in that. I'm obviously, didn't get that for the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I mean, for me, the original Misfits lineup came back, and if you're a fan of punk rock, it's been so like fucking legally contentious, just battles of like public and in the media, and we're never gonna play again, and this and that. And I mean, for better or worse, like the Misfits kind of fucking suck after the first album, right? Like I mean, there's a lot of great stuff in there, but they have like their first record, like Walk Among Us, is an absolute masterpiece and like a classic like of its time, right? And it's the reason that you still see weirdo kids with that fucking skull on their shirt, right? Or you see people with that skull on their shirt who've never even listened to the band or whatever. It's an iconic logo, and it's an iconic band, right? So when they come back with an original lineup that have openly said for years that not only they're never going to play again, that they fucking hate each other.
Yeah,
is such a bummer.
Yeah, totally,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I mean, when they that would be a situation where I think they realize that like the three of them are they're more than the sum of their parts kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because once that was announced, for whatever reason, they did a Seattle show, and I got tickets with my sister immediately, and for whatever reason I had to cancel, and that was like that's something that still kind of like affects me. Really cool that my little sister, who I mean she's 8 years younger than me, and I kind of like had her under the wing, and I just fed her this bullshit music, and she just hook, line, and sinker is like more into it than I, what I mean? Which is so cool to see, right? We were gonna like share that moment, but she got to share it with her friend. It's like what I mean, one of her few concert experiences, because she's only 21, right? I mean, I've seen every fucking show, and other than that one, right? But like I've been very fortunate enough to see my record collection come to life, right? Which is like, to me, that's the biggest thing. But now she has that kind of experience, and that's so cool.
Well, and that's sort of the same thing with me and like my little brother Kelly. Like, and he loves the Chili Peppers too. And I remember like sort of like trying to like get him into it and stuff. And now like I know that like Chili Peppers is really special to him too, and that makes it more special to me. And like this album too, like I just remembered my dad always takes credit for my my love of the Chili Peppers, because he used to play. This album came out like 2002, I think. So I would have been like grade 2, 7, 8, something like that.
Yeah.
And he said that when this album came out, it was right around the time when we moved into our house that we've now lived in forever. And when like we were like painting all the walls and shit, he said he just like had this album like on repeat. Yeah.
Planted the seed.
Yeah.
So in 2002, when this came out, how old are you?
2002, I would be 8.
That's the shit.
Yeah.
That is exactly like, it's the right time to kind of be like molded into it. I was in like the bubblegum pop music, like whatever, got like a Spice Girls tape or a Backstreet Boys tape for my birthday and stuff, and you're a kid, right? But then it becomes, oh wait a minute, there's like music that is different or something that you can like identify a little bit with, or it is cool that you had that kind of in the background or like peripheral, right? You didn't have to look as hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
It would have just been jamming around to it.
Yeah,
I would say like, because I feel like Chili Peppers kind of, like, I'm aware that they kind of have like a bad rap. Like people hate on Chili Peppers a lot.
I would have shit all over this before the week and doing the research or whatever. Not necessarily shit on it, but it's just like I said, it's kind of like I would be considered maybe overplayed or overhyped or something.
And like, and I know they have that reputation, but I would say anyone who is watching or listening to this who's kind of like, oh, Chili Peppers, whatever, I would say again, fucking watch that concert. Watch Live at Slane Castle. The whole thing is on YouTube, and that at least then you'll kind of get it.
Oh, I'm a dick, and it made a fan out of me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That was like the best thing. It was so awesome that like Madi chose this album. I was so excited, but I knew I was like, oh, this might be like a hard sell for Jonny. And then
I thought the same thing. I was like, I feel like Jonny's just not gonna like this album.
I was like, I feel like this is gonna be
Even when
me
I
and
was
Maddie.
listening to it.
I was
like,
like, I feel
too
like
cool
it's
for
gonna
school
be
or whatever, but I might just be like a bad fan, or like I might like not easily impressed or
it's
something
not,
like that.
Yeah,
like,
it's just I don't know. If you haven't seen live, then the music just it doesn't.
You just don't. Yeah. It's not the same. And like, if you're not into this type of music and you're just like listening to it, you're like, yeah, it's the Chili Peppers. Like,
I had an iPod back when they had like 120 gigabytes on it or whatever, and downloading just an absurd amount of music and stuff. So I was trying to, unsuccessfully tried to kind of get the education that you're kind of giving me now in classic rock or whatever. So I put like a little bit of Rolling Stones on there. My dad's into it. So like, okay, Exile on Main Street is something I can get with. And then there's so much other stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I think with the Chili Peppers, I had that same thing too. This is, I don't know, Stadium Arcadium came out when I was like in high school still. So maybe like 2012 or something, maybe I'm going through this. And it was still like a huge list of albums. And the ones that I kind of did get into were like felt different, because I was also like weird into like Primus and you know, so I like weird funky like slappy bass and stuff like that, and you can definitely see musically that was like the kind of the start of this. But like now I don't know if I'm getting older, but like the more melodic, like this is kind of classic, and it's reminding me of like the Much Music days when that was my babysitter. You're just kind of hanging out and all of these songs kept coming on, especially like Other Side and all of that stuff. Like I really dig that stuff.
Well, and it's obviously and it's interesting too, because their roots were in like the punk rock scene in LA, and you can hear
Flea
it
is a punk rock legend.
Exactly.
And if anybody's interested in Black Flag, there's the Art of Black Flag. They do this great documentary, and there's the only guests that they're interviewing are Henry Rollins and Keith Morris, who are both former singers of the band, and fucking Flea.
Yeah.
Right, like she's got some cred.
Everyone loves Flea. Read his book, amazing. But so good. Read and Anthony Kiedis's book too. So good. But yeah, so it was because I was expecting this to be like me and Maddie like gushing over this album, and you being like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But and then like putting on that the concert and like seeing like you like really enjoy it, it was like
I couldn't take my eyes off of it, right? Like I love
it's hard not to.
Well, you guys have a best friend named Shelby. I also have a best friend named Shelby. Totally different, holds a penis, good guy, right? But anyway, me and him have like we're both into like heavy music. I think we really we don't necessarily butt heads. We come together in like hip hop kind of thing. And then if we're both listening to heavy music, he's definitely on one side of the fence and I'm a little bit on the other. But he came to punk rock bowling with me, which was pretty cool of him to, you know, not being like a huge fan of the band, to come to that fucking debaucherous 5-day thing and not be a drinker as well. That poor son of a bitch with me in Vegas. Like that's, I mean, I apologize. But we're watching Anti-Flag play, and that band is like, you don't have to be a fan of the band, which I think now he is. I mean, obviously you know a few of the songs or whatever, right? But now he sends me their videos because watching them perform, you know, he looked at me and he was like, that bass player's a smart performer. And I just had to laugh at him. I'm like, fuck out of here, man. This is a great band. This is jump up and down a little for me, dude. This is fucking really cool. But it's like, that makes all of the difference, right? Not only like are they fucking like music, I don't know, virtuoso or something like that, right? Like every single one of them, for their own reasons, are incredibly talented. Together they're great. Like the music is there, but watching them have fun play the songs is the shit. It makes me miss live music.
God, I know.
Have they announced any tour dates?
Soon.
The world's coming back. Like, you'd think the Red Hot Chili Peppers would be fucking crushing stadiums.
They haven't announced. They haven't released their next album yet. I presume they've been working on it, but I haven't heard any word of what's going on. But yeah, whenever this next album comes out, they'll definitely be touring. Yeah.
Clock's ticking, Chili's.
Yeah. But it's so funny. You're wearing these sunglasses, and I keep trying to look you in the eye, but I they're so reflective that I'm just like staring at myself talking to you.
Jackie, you're so vain. You probably think this show is about you. I've never had the opportunity just to kind of sit outside and smoke on the show and kind of relax. Like I'm in vacation mode.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm chilling. We're keeping it
Johnny.
relaxed. This is vacation Johnny. I'm about to drink a bottle of whiskey right now, and it's just gonna be fun.
We got 2.
Yeah.
That's too much.
And 3 bottles of wine.
Oh my goodness.
We overdid it on
Well, like
2
your
days.
dad just came over to delivery, dropped us off 3 fucking HD cameras
and
like
3 bottles of wine.
Shout out to Tim.
Yeah.
We're gonna get some angles going in here. This is gonna be cool. I don't know, maybe we'll see. But you might see it. You might see a different format of the show. People.
Yeah, we'll cut in some footage of the treehouse. It's funny that we're recording it and we're just like facing the treehouse and like they can't see what we're talking about because we're just like looking at how nice it is as we talk about it.
Well, yeah, Ty fucked up and he put the chill area not at the door. So, I mean, that's kind of a design flaw for Ty. I don't.
Well, only if you're recording a podcast because otherwise you want to be facing this direction.
So maybe I'm selfish for saying that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. We're learning stuff here every day. Learning about ourselves and each other.
Yeah.
And just actually kind of getting like a glimpse into this friendship. Like this is very cool. Like this is getting to see you and your environment and you know what I mean back and just broing down
the
here.
boonies.
Maddie, you're in the bones.
This is natural.
Yeah, this is pretty like I said, special episode. We're with my lifelong best friend with my new best friend.
Aww.
And the world's coming together and you guys for some reason haven't fucking met yet, which is crazy, but
I stay in the city, she stays in the woods, you know.
But
I'm a little bit
but I'm glad
she's a little bit country, I'm a little bit rock and roll, you know.
But it's how it was meant to be because this is a pretty cool first meet.
Yeah. If I could come back, like that's the whole thing is I just don't want to overstay my welcome. I don't want to be kicked out. I don't want to say anything, like too crazy or whatever. But I don't know if that could happen out here.
No, let loose. Yeah. We embrace the crazy here.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, speaking of embracing the crazy here, we're almost landing the plane. We've come to the end of the thing. But Maddie, I want to know, like, give us some dirt. Give us a crazy. You and Jackie's story, maybe just a Jackie story. What's the wildest shit that you guys got into? Because I don't know anything about the island. Mm-hmm. So if you're willing to blow it up, I mean, I know that you have like a regular life and a career. So if you want to throw something under the bus, now's the time to do it.
Jackie?
I'm trying to think. I mean, we have lots of.
I heard a story of thrifties yesterday that I thought was kind of hilarious.
I was telling him about like the crew. We drove by like the crew house, and I was like, oh, there were so many times where we'd be like walking to the 24-hour thrifties at like 3 a.m.
Just rolling and looking into standing in the produce section.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty awesome.
Scaring the shit out of the security.
Yeah.
I think they hired security for us.
Yeah. Just show up at 3 a.m. and just stand amongst the produce.
There's some dangerous looking 5 foot, 80 pound girls coming through here. They're gonna fuck some shit up.
Security appeared at some point.
After
we started visiting.
After we started hanging out at thrifties at 3 a.m.
I mean, these things happen. Okay, so is that like kind of the culture out here for young people? Because I mean, I grew up in like a small city, right? But it was definitely like mushrooms and acid were readily available, and it was just kind of like a drinking, kind of getting silly kind of vibe. Were you guys into that in high school, or what?
Yeah, well, I'd say we didn't really party together in high school.
More of like
we
a
went
post-high school.
Yeah, early 20s. We partied a lot.
20s.
But like because the island, like when we go out in Victoria, that's like the only kind of city that we have on the island. But like
there's Nanaimo, but you don't go.
Yeah,
you don't go there.
You don't go to Nanaimo?
You're looking to get stabbed.
We don't fuck with
Oh,
Nanaimo.
really?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're into stab wounds,
It's
check out
Surrey,
Nanaimo.
Surrey by the Sea.
Oh, get out of here, really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. But
Sounds elegant.
Surrey by the Sea. But because even still, like to go out in Victoria, you'd have to like go downtown. But by the time you're back, like there's nothing like you're back. You know, we
It
didn't
seems
live,
like quite a
There's
a
no
journey,
after
right?
hours.
There's no after hours. Yeah, everything shuts down at like 2 or something.
Yeah.
Then we'd be back at the house at 2-3 a.m. very much awake.
I'm familiar. I'm picking up what you're putting down here.
I'd be like, well, Thrifties is open 24 hours. That's after hours.
Let's go look at some fruit.
You guys need some gum? Like, I'm just grinding my fucking teeth. Like, yeah, I could use some gum. I'm picking that up. I know I get that. I can dig that.
I mean, we have tons of stories from those days. But ones that, like, stand out to me, I'm, like, thinking of the night that Yumi and Shelbs were out in
Shawnigan?
Yeah.
Shawnigan Yap. What happened in Shawnigan Yap?
We like went to the Swan, which is the bar there, and Danielle was there with her boyfriend at the time.
Oh,
and we
yeah.
were all sitting at the table together, and then Yumi and Shelby went to the bathroom, and we just like lost our shit. Shelby was like crawling under the stalls and stuff, and we were just going crazy, and we were like, so we were really like holding our shit together out there, hey? Like, because this has all been pent up. It just released as soon as we walked into the bathroom. We started getting really weird, and so then we go out. Back out to the bar, bar closes, Danielle and her boyfriend go home, and we just start like walking around Shawnigan.
Is this like a small, like a little lake town, or sorry, coastal?
Yeah, it's close.
Like
to
no one's awake.
No one's
it's
awake,
like a ghost town almost at this
Lake?
point.
Is that a big or is that
Yeah.
not big? Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
sorry.
the thing.
Yeah, that's where we were.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm putting the pieces together here.
Yeah. So
But,
it was like lakeside town.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
small.
Because we were on an island, so I was assuming everything would be like a coastal thing. But
Right.
this was inland.
No,
okay.
it's like inland. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
inland.
in the Cowichan Valley, so it's
Okay.
close-ish to where my parents live.
Okay.
It's in the same valley, but it's just kind of on the other end.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Maddie's mom lives there, and we like left the bar, and we were like shit-faced. I think we just had like eaten like edibles, and we were like really silly from the edibles, because I don't think that we were doing any wild drugs or anything that night. But we were like walking around, and before we left the bar, the cops were in the bar, so we knew that they were around.
Cops are always around, and
They
they're
always
bored.
just show up in the bar at last call.
Well,
just
like
to
if
be
you're in a
just so
town
you
of fucking
know.
500 people, I assume that the 4 cops that they
Well,
have.
yeah,
are,
and also because everyone's driving home, so they're just kind of like announcing their presence. Like if you
Yeah.
drive, there's going to be a roadblock type thing.
Yeah.
But
That's how they got me.
yeah, but we were like there's like the community center sign, and we were like fucking twerking against the sign and shit.
New twerkers. We were
new to the twerk game at that point.
So white girls are new to the twerk game. There's nothing funnier than a couple white girls trying to be sexy with because it's a dance that
There's
that,
photo. We have
there's videos
yeah,
of it.
we
Yeah,
take
yeah.
videos and
I have videos of
photos.
us
Well, we do
twerking
promo
against it.
stuff for the show, so I would
Yeah,
love to
yeah,
maybe find
yeah.
some of that. And
it was
and
like
put
an
up them little wigglers.
illuminated, definitely like an illuminated
It was
sign.
loud. It was
I'm
loud
pretty
when we were
sure
twerking against it. Yeah. We were causing a ruckus.
Plexi plastic.
Yeah,
like, boom,
yeah.
boom, boom.
It
Yeah,
sounded like
I'm into
in the
it.
videos, it sounds like a thunderstorm because it's just our 3 like little butts, just, like, twerking. And the fucking cops came, and we were just like sitting in front of the sign. They didn't see us twerking, but we were just sitting there. And he was like,
What did Officer O'Houlihan have
he
to
was like,
say?
what are you guys doing? We're like,
Scary
we're
odd
just taking
ladies.
selfies. Like we totally like just dumbed it down for them, and they were like younger cops, and so we had like a selfie stick, and they were like, how old are you? And we were like, oh, like 21 or whatever. And they were like, you're 21 years old and you're sitting here taking selfies with a selfie stick? And we're like, yeah. And they're like, okay, carry on.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah. And then we fucking went to the lake and like went skinny dipping for a long time.
Yeah.
We were all just like starfished out, just like floating.
I'm
I
digging it.
knowing that like the cops were like around and stuff, and we
Doing
were
their rounds.
yeah.
Yeah, more frequently, I imagine, at
Yeah.
that point. Yeah.
And then we go
Doing
back.
their rounds of a half a block and turning around and coming back.
Yeah.
And so we go back to Maddie's place, and we're so fucking tired at this point, or Maddie's mom's place.
Yeah.
And like there was like a couch and like a mattress and like there were places for us to sleep. But we go downstairs, and Maddie like pulls out the mattress for us to sleep on, but there are sort of like these steps,
It's
like
like
it's
a
a little
concrete,
platform.
like little, it's
Yeah. Like a
the
little-
levels change.
like a- yeah,
in the-
raised
I'm
platform.
familiar with the step, the
And,
concept.
It's a step.
Yeah.
And
Rise over run if you're building the whole set of stairs. Like, I mean, we'll talk about it.
So Maddie tries to pull the mattress out, but then like sort of like trips or something, and so the mattress just like falls. So it's like lying against the step, so it's on its side, and it's just being like propped up by the step. And we look at it, and Maddie's like, I said I can almost just like sleep like on the step, like leaning against it. And I was like, same. And so that's what we did. And Shelby was like curled up in like a chair or something when there was like a full couch there, but me and Maddie just slept on a concrete step leaning against a mattress that's propped up behind us.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
punk
Shelby's like curled up on the chair.
Punk rock.
Yeah.
Right? Had to redeem ourselves after the twerking.
Yeah. That was an eventful night.
Well, it's I don't know, like without like the nightlife or anything staying open and things like that, like
What do you do?
well, the kids that you find something to fucking do,
Yeah.
right? And I think that's awesome.
And like just like a
teach yourself a skill, like twerking.
Teach yourself a skill.
like twerking against a community center sign.
These days, people are famous just on the fact that they can shake their butts. My brother follows a girl from I don't know, but her whole thing is teaching girls how to twerk. It's fantastic. I reckon she's pregnant now, actually, too. Still butt
Good for
pictures
her.
coming out.
Nice.
I'm saying, yeah. We'll put a link in the description.
Yeah.
And I think it was like, it might have been like a year later or something. We went to Daniel Wesley was this like he's not really like an acoustic this artist that we all like, the three of us, and he was playing in Shawnigan, and we went to see him play there at this like small bar. Or no, he was at the Cobblestone. Anyways, we were there, and in our heads we kind of wanted to like redo, like we wanted to go skinny dipping in the lake after and stuff. And Daniel Wesley's playing, and he like sort of ends his song. He ends his set, and he's kind of getting ready for his encore. The crowd's into it, and me and Maddie are standing by the stage, and Maddie kind of like pulls him aside, and she's like, "Hey, like, do you want to come to the lake with us?"
When he's in the middle of a song?
He did not want to come to the lake.
He was like, the lake? And he was like, I've never been to the lake before. And she's like, yeah, like, we're going to go. And he's like, oh, you lake. Yeah, he's like, oh, you mean like tonight? And we're like, yeah. Like, he thought we were like inviting him on like this cool boat. Or we're like, no, we're walking to the lake. And he was like, okay. And then just like walks away and starts his encore.
We proceeded to the lake.
We proceeded
to
to
the
the
lake. Make it to the lake?
We did. We walked from the Cobblestone to the lake along like that shitty stretch of road. It was
few
a long
hours,
walk.
no lights.
Jesus.
No lights, and it was a cold night. We tried to skinny dip, but it was too cold, so we were all just like standing in the lake like pantsless. That was our attempt, because it was too cold. And we're like, this is kind of the same thing, right? Like trying to recreate this like magical.
You can never go back.
Less
Let
edibles.
that be a lesson
Less
too.
edibles.
Less edibles
you know,
that night, yeah.
chasing the dragon.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, like, that's the. I think that's everybody's kind of downfall. That's why like remember when conversations are kind of a bummer, right? If you don't still have
Yeah.
that connection, if you go back and kind of see somebody after like a long period of time. And then you try to recreate the fun that you had instead of doing something new.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that could that's just a recipe for disaster there.
Yeah.
That's why I don't go home very much. I still love you guys, but come out here.
Yeah.
We don't go back,
Yeah.
do we? No, not really.
Not really.
Yeah. Bigger.
Well, that's
better.
another thing too. I don't know, like the home that like my. I don't know, everybody's kind of moved away from there. Well, my family has anyway. So like I don't know, and it's kind of like a different vibe. It's like the place that I grew up in isn't like the place that, or is like different now or whatever for whatever reason. Yeah, so I don't. So I'm not trying to recreate. I'm trying to make new memories and shit like that. But if a new memory is getting butt naked and going into a lake this evening, then I'm super into it. It's Vacation Johnny.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Vacation Johnny.
Close to the ocean. Go butt naked in the ocean.
I mean, I'm not going to look cool either way, right? But it's all good, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to be walking out with, with a tiny penis perched atop a taut ball sack, and it's going to be. It's going to be fantastic and a sight to see for everybody, right? I want the world to know what I'm working with.
Yeah.
Well, on that note,
Yeah.
should we land the plane here?
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Maddie, for having us out here.
Yeah, we're
this
stoked.
weekend,
Anytime.
for
Come
doing
back.
this. This has been. I'm so happy.
Yeah, we
got
will
to
take
do
you up on
this.
that.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's been too long. Fuck, I don't think. I was trying to remember when we last saw each other. I think it was last summer.
Last summer, yeah.
I think
at
it was
the,
when you guys.
At
when
the
you
most
guys.
recent.
I think when you guys
Maybe.
came to the house when Carlin and Jeff were
Oh,
here. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a long ass time ago.
Yeah, it's been way too long, and I'm so happy we're here and we're doing this podcast and got to talk about this album, and yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I totally second that. Thanks so much for having me. There's no way I would ever be invited to something like this had Jackie not been involved. So I'm soaking up every
You're
minute.
here.
This is awesome.
Vacation Johnny.
On
Yeah.
Vacation Johnny. And we're gonna get right into that. We're gonna listen to that to that new
song,
jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not even gonna end it with the same way we do it, guys. Let's take off.